Well, looks like Ineos and Manchester United have gone ahead to obviously get what they want. You know, wanting to sell a player like Jodan Sancho, who went ahead to fall out with the manager, and finally you've gone ahead to find a way of getting him back into the squad. And now, from nowhere, he's now the hot cake, and looks like he's gonna be the most expensive player United to ever sell in a period of very many years. Because if we look at the last time we last sold a player expensively, I think it was about Romelu Lukaku when we sold him to Inter Milan, and I think we got close. Was it 75 million pounds? But it was supposed to be paid in installments. But tell me a player who United has ever gone ahead to sell for that amount of money. And I think the next expensive sale we've gone ahead to make has been Mason Greenwood. But when did we last sell a player for 30 million pounds, guys? You know, I don't even remember when we last went ahead, obviously, make a sale like that. So welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? We are going to be talking about Sancho and why is the hot cake right now. Then we are going to be talking about Hannibal, another player that is expected to leave Manchester United. And I'm going to be telling you where he's expected to be leaving and where he's going to be playing his football next. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokan David is my name. The Muslims, Juma Karim, and to the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit the magic number of 20,000 subscribers. Now, let's start it off with Chris Wheeler. Chris Wheeler is a football writer for the Daily Mail, and he's really one of the credible journalists that you have to obviously listen to every time you feel like you want to listen from a club of Manchester United and other credible clubs. And remember, we had a story that Zexi was going to be joining the United on tour. He came out and refuted it, and it was exactly what we went ahead to obviously get from the club of Manchester United. And now we've been told that Jodan Sancho has fitted back in at Manchester United like he has never been away. Sources describe a bubbly character with a good sense of humor, who can be positive, who can be a positive influence on those around him. Everyone wants to keep it that way. So this is what United went ahead to do to obviously attract huge attention from the side of Jodan Sancho, from the side of the suitors of Jodan Sancho. We all believe that there is a very good player in Jodan Sancho. That's what we all believe. And Sancho had fallen out with the manager Erik ten Hag, but they went ahead obviously sort out their issues. And guess what was going to happen? He's back in training. He even played well when you're playing against Rangers. And if all goes well and no bid comes in through obviously this set or his start Manchester United, he might find himself into the team that Erik ten Hag is gonna be naming to obviously take on the side of Arsenal over the weekend. So that is the lad himself known as Jodan Sancho, and he has gone here to put in a very huge shift into the mix. And if you love what he does, then you really get to know that interest has to be there. And for him, really apologizing to Erik ten Hag, there is a feeling that Chris Wheeler has gone ahead obviously tell us that the feeling is that United will sell Jodan Sancho this summer if they get an offer close to 40 million pounds. Sancho is one of the players they would sacrifice to strengthen in other areas, as he has multiple players ahead of him in the squad. Obviously, Sancho has multiple players ahead of him in the squad of Manchester United, and that is really a given because on the left there is Rashford and Garnacho ahead of him, and on the right there is Amadi Diallo and Anthony ahead of him, meaning that in every position where we obviously know to it that he's really great and where he went ahead obviously make himself great, he's third fiddle. That really puts him in a very different situation that will stop him from obviously putting in a very huge shift as a player. So that is the man himself known as Jodan Sancho, and when it really becomes real, that 40 million pounds will obviously aid the club of Manchester United to get in more and more players as it stands. And Manchester United is really wanting to move on Jodan Sancho, and the beauty of it is that Sancho has gone ahead to come or to become a hot cake, and Seth of Sky Sports has come out and confirmed to us that PSG remain interested in Jodan Sancho. As yet, there has been no formal offer for the player. Juventus and Borussia Dortmund are also keen to do the deal. So, looks like all what United wanted to get this into the mix was for this guy to obviously come out, apologize to Erik ten Hag. One, after apologizing to Erik ten Hag, get back into the team. We forget the past, and suitors will come in through. Very easily calculated by the club of Manchester United. It has gone ahead to obviously come up and really put in a very huge shift for the club of Manchester United, and that's why you see to it that close to 3 teams are really interested. Now PSG has gone ahead to join the queue, and I told you why. PSG are interested in Jodan Sancho. They are interested in Jodan Sancho because they've always looked for what we call a left forward, and they had gone in for Kvaratskhelia, and Napoli said Kvaratskhelia is not for sale, and him not being for sale, he went ahead to raise a lot of dust, and guess what is going to happen? Finally, they've gone ahead to obviously look for Sancho as an alternative, and it might obviously offer them the best as it stands right about now. So Jodan Sancho is one of those players that PSG want, and on several occasions we've gone ahead to obviously understand that they might be considering a swap, and maybe United will be like, let Ugarte cross to the side of PSG. Sorry, let Ugarte cross to the side of Manchester United, and let Sancho cross to the side of and let Sancho cross to the side of and let Sancho cross to the side of PSG. And I think that swap will obviously do us great, though I believe if they get in the money, it might really act better. Like, that will be like 50 million euros, 50 million euros. They can spread it out very well in their books of accounts, and it can obviously see to it that we get in more and more players that can help us put in the required shift as for the club of Manchester United. So we are waiting to see how things are going to be panning out for the club of Manchester United, and we're here to see that Sancho is really the hot cake. So we just can't wait to see Sancho leaving and to get in other players. But right now we are having 3 players that clubs are really eyeing: Bissaka, Sancho, and Scott McTominay. For Scott McTominay, Galatasaray, Fulham are in for him, and West Ham. Then for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Galatasaray and Inter Milan, because the side of West Ham have gone ahead to really reach an agreement to sign Mazraoui from the side of Bayern Munich. For the player known as Sancho, I've gone ahead to let you the teams and wait to see where this will officially end and come to pass. That is it. Then we are having Simon Jones. He has come out and really told us the following, that there is a player at Manchester United that is expected to leave. Its Rangers want to sign Hannibal on loan, but Manchester United will prefer to sell him permanently. Obviously, why do you want to sell him permanently? It's because he comes in through as a profit, total profit from the guy known as Hannibal Mabry, and I think we should obviously do that. Sell him with a sell-on clause and a buyback clause. That is it. Even if they get us like 5 million euros or 5 million euros, provided we put on a sell-on clause of like 50%, that will be good business, because we've just gone ahead to see miracle happening here. For Basel selling Carafiori to the side of Bologna, and they sold him for 3 million euros, and they had a 50% sell-on clause. And guess what? I think 1 or 2 seasons later, Bologna has gone ahead to sell the player for 50 million euros, and the team is getting 25 million euros. So we might be here when Hannibal might blossom at Rangers, and maybe Rangers can sell him for like 50 million euros or 60, and it can act well for the club of Manchester United and really get in some 25 million euros from the sale of the player. So whatever money they give us, I think will obviously work well for the club of Manchester United, and I think that's why United are like, it should be a permanent sell. We sell to you with a buyback clause and a sell-on clause. That is really important. For the sell-on clause, I anticipate that it's really gonna be really included. Why is it gonna be really included? Because the side of Ineos came in through in January when this player was really given a very huge go into the mix, and guess what happened? They said we have to put in a buyback clause. That is it. There was a sell-on clause only, but they said we want a buyback clause, and we went ahead, obviously happen that way into the mix. So as it stood in there for you, Sancho was the hot cake, and he's still one of those that will obviously not fail anyone. Obviously put in a very big shift for that side. And Hannibal is the player that is also up for sale because we want to get in huge profit from the sale of the player. Then we had another update coming in through from the side of Walid Air Match. This is Tunisia. They told us that Hannibal is in advanced talks to join Rangers on loan. So even Tunisia, the country that he plays for, international football and represents for, has come out and really shown us some huge potential and confirmed that the guy is in talks to see that everything really goes and happens that way. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I call upon for your reactions onto Sancho, Manchester United's new hot cake. What do you make about it? 3 teams are in line to obviously sign the player. Do you think it really adds up and really makes some pure sense? And Hannibal to Rangers, what do you make about it? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. First video of the day. I'm going to be returning with a live stream in here. Bye bye.